loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Dyemond.Tha.Creator here. I do apologize if I sound a little bit nasally. I am a little bit under the weather. But today we are going to be underpainting. I'm going to start off with two of my favorite concealers for underpainting. The first one is in 6.8W by Crease and the other one is 8.8N. The top one is a couple shades lighter and the bottom one is a couple shades darker. With underpainting, I want to try to make the shadows on my face seem as natural as possible. So I'm going to go in with my Patrick Tashi's Define Duo palette and I'm going to take the cream bronzer. Just go on all the places that I would normally want extra warmth. So that I can add some rosiness to my face, I'm going to go in with Marigold and it's a liquid blush by Juvia's Place. And I'm just going to place that on the apples of my cheeks. Now it is time to blend. So I'm just going to take my angled brush for my contour and blend that where I would want my contour to sit naturally. But of course, way more defined because we are going to be putting foundation over the top. I don't want the cream contour to touch the concealer nor the blush that I have on my face because I want to make sure that I'm blending everything out to the best of my ability and doing it in layers so that I can have a seamless, flawless finish. For my forehead, I don't want to go too hard just simply because it's not even that big to begin with. So I don't want to make it disappear. I just want to make sure that everything is going to make sense and be cohesive and blend together seamlessly. I'm going to take a smaller, fluffier brush to blend out my chin now that that concealer has been sitting there for a while. Now that that's all blended out, I'm going to go ahead and take a blush brush and blend out Marigold. And I want to concentrate this on the apples of my cheeks and just, trimming the line between the contour so that everything blends seamlessly while still avoiding the concealer that we put down earlier. While blending that out, if you have a nose ring just like me, I would advise tucking it in so that you can get a little bit of that blush on your nose as well. This really helps to bring more warmth to your face whenever you do apply blush. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and blend out our under eye concealer, and I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just concentrate on keeping it more so in the triangle and start to angle it upward in a V shape so that I can really have that lift to the center of my face that we often love when applying lighter concealer. Whenever blending out my under eye concealer, I do like to pat some in my inner corner as well as my lid. It just makes everything look way more like my natural skin. Blend, blend, blend. Just blend until you cannot blend anymore. It is very important to have a seamless base before we put on the foundation. We are blended and good to go. I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario foundation and this is in the color 230 and I'm just going to go ahead and spread this one pump around all over my face so that I can blend it out. I wasn't really sure what to do with the rest, so I just rubbed it on my chin. I'm going to take a fluffier brush to go ahead and blend that concealer out as evenly as I possibly can. I am going to try to go up on the lighter concealer, but I don't want to go all the way up underneath my under eye. I still want to make sure that some of the highlight from the concealer that we put down is going to shine through. While blending my forehead, I do want to make sure I pat in between my eyebrows, but not on the bridge of my nose. I do want to avoid putting product on there so that our makeup does not come out cakey. Now that we are all blended out, I'm going to go back into my Crease concealer in 6.8W and put a little bit more of that concealer down. Moving on to one of my favorite parts, which is brows. I'm taking the e.l.f. Brow Lift Gel and I'm going to go ahead and start brushing my eyebrow hairs up so I can get a general idea of what shape I want to go for. I do like to use a generous amount of this product because I have very thick brows and my hairs are quite frankly untamed. So I like to split this amount between both of my brows. And of course, we're going to comb it through multiple times so that it can lay as flat as possible. Using the other side of my brush, I am going to push that product into my eyebrow hairs so that when we do go to comb it out, it is incorporated thoroughly. Brush them babies on up to the best of your ability, because I know I did to the best of my ability. I find that when I'm able to get my hairs as straight as possible, I'm basically able to get the perfect shape for me to fill in the spaces in between my hairs. Now that I have the shape that I want, I'm going to take that same concealer and sculpt out my brows. And I do want to make sure I go slow with this and I really get it how I want it to be. Of course, you can always correct the mistakes when you over conceal. But since this is the base of our brows, I do want to try to make it as crisp as possible. I am going to add a little bit of extra concealer to the tail end of my brow because I am going to blend this down onto my lid so that I can have a nice smooth base. It's basically a 2-in-1. My concealer is set and ready to blend. I am going to take a fluffy brush and I'm not going to blend it down as far as I did the first time before we put on the foundation. I want to keep this more so closer to my under eye area so that I can get a very subtle highlight since it's already highlighted up underneath my foundation. Using that same brush so that we don't have to add any more concealer, I'm going to go ahead and blend down the concealer up underneath my brow and put it onto my lid. Do you see how adding that step just made everything look way more cohesive and just flawless? Taking whatever is left over on my brush, I'm just going to pat that in the center of my forehead as well as on my chin to lighten it up a bit. It is time to set, so I'm going to take my Airspun powder, tap that off, and just lightly pat that in underneath my eye. After the first layer of powder down, I am going to go back in to the Airspun and put a thicker layer of powder because I am going to be using some very pigmented eyeshadows and this will help catch the fallout. Also patting that on my forehead and the middle of my chin. Set the base of the eye before applying the eyeshadow as well. Into the color Spiked Cocoa in my Litless palette, and I'm going to use this as a transition color. So I'm going to start blending that in my upper crease. While blending this out, I do want to focus on making a cat eye because that's kind of the look that we're going for today. I'm going to blend upwards more towards the tail of my brow. Taking my Big Box palette by the Crayon Case, I'm going to go into the color Union and concentrate this color in my actual crease. we are looking nice and blended. Now I'm going to take the color Bienville, which is a darker brown shade, and I'm really going to concentrate this on my outer corner so that I can bring more definition to my eyes. For this look, we're going to be doing a cut crease. So I'm going to be taking my Oasis concealer that we used earlier, and I'm just going to use a flat brush to sculpt out the shape that I want my eyeshadow to be in. When doing a cut crease, I do find it easier to put a bit of concealer on your lid and then look all the way up so that you can really get the shape that you want. I do think of doing a cut crease like doing my eyebrows. They may not be identical, but it's always okay to stop what you're doing, start on the other eye, and then go back and correct mistakes as you go. While cutting my crease, I really wanted to commit to the cat eye shape, so I'm just going to start tapering the concealer upward so that I can really get it cut out nice. It'll also work as a good template for my eyeliner. Jumping back into the Litless palette, I'm going to take the color Mistletoe, which is a beautiful emerald shimmery green, and I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. While packing on your lid color, if there is any spot that you missed or you just wanted to make the line that you made with your concealer even more crisp, this would be the perfect time to do that. All you would need to do is take the tip of the brush and continuously run it in between the crease color and the lid color to make it look seamless and make that line sharp. I don't know about y'all, but it is so satisfying watching eyeshadow get packed onto the lid. Look at how beautiful and iridescent this color is. I just cannot get over it. Jumping back into the Litless palette, we're going to take the color Pop Bottles, and I'm going to concentrate this on the inner corners of my eyes. It's a beautiful gold color that complements the green so well. To deepen my crease more, we're going to go into St. Martin's in my big box palette, and I'm just going to take a detailing brush to run that right between the crease and the lid color so that everything can blend a tad bit more seamlessly while also making it darker so that it gives that more sexy nighttime cat eye effect. Definitely do not be afraid to take your time while doing this. I like to go stroke by stroke and build it up like that. Just to make sure it's not going too high or too low, and I'm really getting the lines like how I want them to be. Moving on with our nose contour, you guys already know my Huda Beauty bronzer is my favorite for contouring my nose. Whenever I am contouring, I do like to push it into my brow bone a little bit and then drag it down the bridge of my nose so that I get that natural, seamless, snatched effect. Taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Ebony, I'm going to go ahead and start filling in the spaces in between my brows and really perfect my brow shape at this point. Don't be afraid if you go a little bit too hard, but honestly, with this product, I like it so much because the pencil is super duper thin, so it really is like doing small hair strokes on your brows. But of course, if it were to get a little bit too dark or you went over the line, we can always correct that with some concealer. Eyeliner time. I'm taking my e.l.f. eyeliner in Jet Black. Y'all already know I am a e.l.f. girl. I have been writing with this liquid eyeliner for years and it just never disappoints. The cat eye shape that we made with our eyeshadow thus far is going to really help with creating the winged eyeliner. All you'll have to do from this point is follow the line that we made with the lid color as well as the crease color going up towards your brow bone. As far as the liner on the lid, go as close to your lash line as you possibly can while making that line as straight as possible. Definitely feel free to do small strokes as you're following the line up to the brow bone to make sure you don't go too far up, and also to make sure you do not make the line too thick. Add some depth to our under eye. I'm going to go back in with the same detailing brush with the color Saint Martin on it so that I can deepen up my lash line. I find that doing this step really helps with the sexiness and smokiness of the look, while also helping to hide any creasing that may occur up underneath your eye. Going into my waterline with my Revlon Color Stay eyeliner in black. And I'm also going to be taking this to Tightline. And that's basically when you are running the eyeliner underneath your top lash line to give your lashes a more full effect. To warm up my face, I'm going in with my Patrick Ta bronzer in Cheese Defined, and I'm just going to bronze up every spot where we put some bronzer up underneath our foundation. The lashes that I'm going to be using are from Shein. I'm going to go ahead and get those prepped with some Duo Lash Glue. While those are drying, I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting my face. I'm going to be taking my Shimmery Stir highlighter by L'Oreal. You guys already know I absolutely love this highlighter. And we're going to go down the bridge of my nose and on my brow bone as well as my cheekbones so that we can have that beautiful glowy skin, babes. For my brow highlight, I like to apply it with a fluffier brush so that it can drop down a little bit. And then I'll just go back in with the smaller blending brush that we used earlier for our crease so that I can blend the color between the crease color and the highlight so that it can look more seamless. Now that we are shining bright like a diamond, it's time to move on to our lashes. Whenever I'm doing my lashes, I find it easier if I just push the lash down, whether that be the middle, the outer corner, or the inner corner. Have it stick and then get the rest of the strip to stick down. Also, pro tip, have that mini fan on hand to help the lash glue dry while you're putting it on. I don't know where the sun went, but it is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take my eyeliner by Wet n Wild. You guys already know dark brown is my jam, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. After I'm done lining, I'm just going to blot my lips together so that the lip liner can just look a little bit more buffed out. And then we're going to take my fave Dior lip gloss, and this is in the color 013. This is the final look, babes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And any suggestions, please leave them down below. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.